¿Qué rollo? Vamos a darle proyectito un rato porque me tengo que ir. Es un perro calorón en este cuarto. Está cabrón. Qué buen toque. Qué perro calorón hace. Espero no morirme. Ay, cabrón. Estoy listo para irme. Es una zanahoria por acá. Y ya vino acá y hasta acá. Quiero un coche. Necesito un coche. Muy frío. Bueno. ¿Qué pedo? ¿No me lo puse? Ah, con razón. Muy real, este juego pues se debería de limpiar la ropa cuando está así de lluvioso. Voy a ver si hay ropa acá. La ropa. A ver esta. estaba tratando de... ¿Qué onda con ese grito, Entonces... Obviamente te voy a llevar. ¿Qué tendrá más espacio, la mochila o la maleta? Adiós, perras. Mames, son un chingo otra vez, güey. Pero vienen un putero. De la verga. Buscar algo de comer. Tiene un chingo, pero ¿cómo se supone que me dieron? ¿Quién sabe? Oye, he matado un putero de zombies. Del centro médico, la droga. Es que donde están los putos zombies es acá, güey. Por aquí. Esa ya entré. Zombies, he escuchado algo. Hay dos. No mames, ¿cuáles dos? 6, 7, 8. Chingo. ¿Qué ventana? Se abrió. Vamos a leer un periodiquito. No mames. ¿Dónde salió ese puto zombie, güey? Güey, ya tengo otra vez. Es muy verga. ¿Qué pedo con eso? Güey, se volvió loco mi control a la verga, güey. Control que se volvió loco, estuvo de la verga eso. Güey, en el cuello me mordieron, güey. Casi me muero a la verga. Güey, no es posible. 20 días, 2 horas, 260 zombies. No es posible, güey. Frederick, tú vas a ser el elegido. Soy tan lejos, güey. Ya caminando llego. Más de... Yo supongo que por aquí ni va a haber zombies, ¿sabes? Ahí viene un zombie. Matar a nuestro primer zombie, aparte tiene una chamarra buena. Puede ser que me hayan matado así, güey. Todo porque aparte puto control. Chinga tu madre, carnal. Empezamos otra vez a ser puto puría de... Estoy triste. Jack. No me andes tratando de llegar por atrás, carnal. Hay lobos. ¿Y de dónde están llegando todos estos putos zombies? Son muchos a la verga. Ah, ya me mordieron, güey. Ya vale verga. ahora no sobreviví ni verga. Kendrick Lamar. No va a ser Lamar, va a ser Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar. Estamos en las del papel. Tiene que estamos cerca. Verguísima. Ok, solo tengo que encontrar algo para matarme. Pero no dejé nada. Un putero de dinero tirado. Yo me puedo matar con pura mano. Oye. Verguísimo. Como si no hubiera pasado nada. Leather jacket, dirt bloody. Mis lentes de Kendrick Lamar, obviamente. Güey, la neta, qué mal pedo que me morí así, güey. Capacity 18. Y esta Capacity 20, no, entonces realmente esta Duffel Bag la voy a guardar aquí. El llavero de llamado. Vamos a dejar aquí headphones. ¿De dónde estoy mojado, güey? Sobre nuestra fedora. Vamos a dejar las armas. Fresco Walter White. Eddie. Ahora tengo que leer todo eso. de cultivo. Hay que aprender antes de salir afuera. Ya, no. Está viendo. Ya le dio hambre el carnal. Faltan 2 volúmenes de revista. Te voy acá. Comida hay mucha. Donde duré 20 días, cabrón. Y voy en mi... Probar. Vamos. Bien. Vamos a poner una calaverita o algo. Y morí. Ahí fue que morí y vamos a ir No sé a dónde ir. Acá ya se pone bien tenso el pedo. Pues ya se movieron hasta todo esto está como limpio. Está. Podría ver que no sé a dónde ir. No sé dónde ir y quiero conseguir uno. Pero acá qué pedo, Decía que había. Que no. La casa. Era esta. Esta. Me lo voy a llevar. Vuelve a ver cosas aquí. What the fuck. Y da la vuelta porque no puedo entrar por ahí. Pues verjísimo. Un buen de cosas. sabía que en los coches podías encontrar. Pues que si no los puedes abrir, abiertos. Eso no, pero pareciera que no lo saludó. Igual y no la peleé por solas. Y aquí un buen de zombies, qué pedo. Los chingué a todos. Muy cerca a mi casa, carnales. Los voy a dejar estar aquí. Toilet paper. ¿Qué dice? Por mí. Dios está poniendo. Mi Borges. Otra vez me está llenando de zombies. Vamos a comer. Mir. A mi mir. Se van. Bueno, obviamente lo voy a poner aquí en mi salita. Ah. Road con güey, la neta es que me mataron bien chafa. Porque fue un puto pedo de mi control. Estuvo de la verga. Pero voy a ver si este personaje puede hacer otras cosas. Tool weapon. Tool. Materials. Material. Y vamos a... ¿Por qué no lo puedo poner? Qué mamada. A ver, ahora sí, vamos a ver qué puedo craftear. Make Molotov Cocktail, eso no lo tenía. Vamos a ver aquí que... Darp, Stir the Stick 2 y Tent Peg. 4 estacas, órale. No todo para hacer eso. ¿Cómo consigo el agua? Me voy a investigar. ver. How to get the water, Project Zomboid.
Explorar, se encontraron nuevos yacimientos, cambió
Anuncio.
completamente.
So in a game like Project Zomboid, water is a pretty nice thing to have, and I found that there's a good chance that you'll eventually die, so having a large supply of water is definitely something that you want. Unfortunately, however, you can't pull some Minecraft shenanigans and just dig a hole in the ground and fill it up with water to get an infinite supply. In Project Zomboid, you have to take a more realistic approach. So one of the ways that you can get water is by building rain barrels, waiting for it to rain, and then boiling the water so you don't get sick. But boiling all that water takes some time, and personally I don't have the attention span for a task that takes longer than 12 seconds. But luckily for us, there's a way to instantly clean all that water. So let's say you build yourself a little house. All you gotta do is build a crate and plop it somewhere inside, then go out to some house and steal their sink with a wrench or pipe wrench, and then take it back home to place it on your crate. Next, just build some stairs to the roof, and up there you can build your rain barrels in a 9-tile radius above your sink. Once that's done, go back to your sink and right click it while holding a pipe wrench, then click the plumb sink button, and then all that nasty rainwater is turned into nice fresh sink water. And now as long as it rains, you will have pretty much all the water you can want. But that's the problem, it doesn't always rain. And while if you do have a good amount of rain barrels, I'm pretty sure that this will be able to last you until the next time it rains, but some of you guys just might be a little extra thirsty, and in that case I have something that might help you. Pond water. Yep, some nice nasty tainted pond water that will most definitely kill you if you drink it, unless you have lemongrass. Lemongrass is a medical herb that will prevent you from dying after drinking tainted water. All you need to do is go out into the forest and forage around, and you might be able to find some of this valuable grass. So if you're in a rush and you don't have time to boil all that water, just take a few sips and then eat some grass and you should be fine. Probably. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, water is a pretty nice thing to have, and I found that there's a good chance that you'll eventually die, so having a large supply of water is definitely something that you want. Unfortunately, however, you can't pull some Minecraft shenanigans and just dig a hole in the ground and fill it up with water to get an infinite supply. In Project Zomboid, you have to take a more realistic approach. So one of the ways that you can get water is by building rain barrels, waiting for it to rain, and then boiling the water so you don't get sick. But boiling all that water takes some time, and personally I don't have the attention span for a task that takes longer than 12 seconds. But luckily for us, there's a way to instantly clean all that water. So let's say you build yourself a little house. All you gotta do is build a crate and plop it somewhere inside, then go out to some house and steal their sink with a wrench or pipe wrench, and then take it back home to place it on your crate. Next, just build some stairs to the roof, and up there you can build your rain barrels in a 9-tile radius above your sink. Once that's done, go back to your sink and right click it while holding a pipe wrench, then click the plumb sink button, and then all that nasty rainwater is turned into nice fresh sink water. And now as long as it rains, you'll have pretty much all the water you can want. But that's the problem, it doesn't always rain. And while if you do have a good amount of rain barrels, I'm pretty sure that this will be able to last you until the next time it rains, but some of you guys just might be a little extra thirsty, and in that case I have something that might help you. Pond water. Yep, some nice nasty tainted
Using a campfire to boil your tainted water can be super tedious, especially once you've been doing it for a while. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can essentially get unlimited clean water. There are two types of rain barrels. At carpentry level 4, the rain collector barrel will hold 160 units of water, while at carpentry level 7, your rain collector barrel will hold 400 units of water. Both of these rain barrels will take 4 planks, 4 nails, and 4 garbage bags. These rain collector barrels then need to be placed one tile above. They can either be placed directly above or one tile adjacent to the rain collector barrels then need to be 4 garbage. Both of these rain barrels will take 4 planks. The barrel will hold 160 units of water. While at there are two types of rain barrels. At carpentry level 4, the rain collector barrel will hold 160 units of water. While at carpentry level 7, your rain collector barrel will hold 400 units of water. Both of these rain barrels will take 4 planks, 4 nails, and 4 garbage bags. These rain collector barrels then need to be placed one tile above. They can either be placed directly above or one tile adjacent to the sink. If you are struggling to work out where to place your rain barrel collectors, you can use the walk to option and count how many tiles there are away to give you an idea as to where you can place them. Once the rain collector barrels have been placed, make sure that you have a pipe wrench available and right click on the sink to plumb it in. This means that whenever there is rain coming, it's going to fill the rain collector barrels and the sink will give you some fresh, purified water. You only need to plumb the sink in once, so you can plumb in one rain collector barrel, and the other ones that you place, as long as they are directly above or adjacent, will also work as well. One sink can give you a maximum of 9 rain collector barrels, which is a ton of water and should see you through those dry spells without having to sit there constantly over a campfire or oven boiling that tainted water. If you wanted to, you could even go super crazy and put like 10 or 20 sinks downstairs and get them all plumbed in and have essentially unlimited water. My name's Aidenomic, and if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe for some more Project Zomboid content.
A ver. Ver otros.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video we'll be covering some of my tips for Project Zomboid that I wish I'd known when I first picked up the game. Most of these might seem pretty small, but they'll be super handy, especially if you haven't played the game for very long. I'd be willing to bet that many experienced players might not know about some of these as well. If you do find this video useful, consider dropping it a like and subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a lot as a creator. I also stream Project Zomboid on Twitch almost every day at twitch.tv/Mr. Atomic Duck, so feel free to swing by to watch some live gameplay or just ask me any questions you have about the game. So let's jump in with a tip that I think many new players are going to find incredibly useful, especially if you like living out in the sticks or take frequent trips through wooded areas. You might know from your in-game experience already, but moving through these areas can cause a bit of a pain, scratching up your clothes on trees and even damaging you and causing bleeding at times. If you right click and select walk to and then click on where you'd like to move to, the game will actually pick the best route for you automatically and will only travel through trees if absolutely necessary. Most of them it will avoid altogether and will only go through them when it needs to. This can be a lifesaver if you're fleeing from zombies and need to make an escape through the forest quickly without much impediment. Next up are hidden stashes. This applies to both the vanilla map and modded maps, but you'll be able to find hidden stashes that survivors have left behind in several locations, or ones that the creators of the map have just chosen to hide somewhere, which often hide items like guns or ammo more than anything else. It's not often a huge amount of items, but it's cool to see and worth keeping an eye out for. On modded maps this can get even crazier. I won't give away too much, but as a single example of one hidden stash, this container hanging from a crane in Raven Creek comes packed with ammo and weapons. When I passed it the first time, I didn't even think about it as I figured it was inaccessible, but if you build a set of stairs, you can actually reach the doorway, break in, and it'll definitely be worth your while.
No mames, ¿cómo rompes esas cosas?
And this is obviously just one example. There are many more around the map. The next one I wanted to talk about is vehicles. Vehicles have a few things that you might not know about them when you first start playing, but the main one I'd say that caught me out originally, and I think many others perhaps, is that you can still get into a vehicle that's locked. Right click on one of the doors and you can smash the windshield to open the door. Once inside, click on the door lock symbol on the dashboard and the vehicle will be unlocked. Always make sure you check both the ignition and the glove box for a key. Sometimes the key is laying outside of the vehicle on the ground too, but can sometimes actually be stuck under a car or a wreck nearby, so it's worth having a bit of a scan around as well using your inventory tab just to see if it's lurking anywhere that you haven't seen. Other than that, like I mentioned, just check the glove box. Lastly, if you are going to smash into a car by breaking the windshield or something like that, please do make sure that you have a weapon equipped at the time, otherwise your character will use your elbow and this can result in bleeding. Okay, so this next one is a bit of a multi-tip, but I'm going to go ahead and group these together under one banner. Sound can be your best friend and your worst enemy, so manipulate it as you see fit, but be wary of certain sound cues. There are several items in this game that can draw zombies to a designated position simply with the use of sound. You can craft noisemakers with the electrical skill, or you can find an alarm clock, for example, which you can set an alarm to a certain time and place it on one side of a building and then move to the other side, and when it goes off it's going to draw out all of the zombies in a small radius around it, which can be quite useful if you're looking to get inside and start some looting. Alternatively, you can press Q when stood up straight and this will cause your character to yell and draw zombies to your location. Similarly, if you're crouching or in a stealth mode as some people call it, you can actually whisper to drag some zombies to you, and this is like a really short range audio cue which is great for pulling away one or two zombies from a larger group. For much larger groups, I like to use a vehicle. Stay slightly ahead of a pack of zombies with a car and you'll be able to use it to lure them from a location you want to access. Once you think they're far enough away, break break contact with them and swing around the block again to get parked up for some looting. This is quite often a good tactic for military bases, gas stations, or anywhere else that you might find yourself needing a vehicle to visit anyway. It might take a few tries to lure all the zombies out and then get them to follow you away from the location, but believe me, it's a really good strategy to pull them away from the place you're looking to loot. Similarly, however, sound can be your worst enemy at times. Make sure you check closets and dressers for alarm clocks if you're planning on staying somewhere overnight, for example. Sometimes these will spawn with alarms already set, and they can make for a disaster if they go off in the night. House alarms are another one that can seriously mess up your day, but there's a telltale sign to an alarm going off when you first enter a building. You'll hear a couple of seconds of static, which almost sounds like an audio clip didn't have its background removed quite properly, which is a bit of a weird one, but anyway, it's pretty noticeable once you get used to hearing it. It's just a couple of seconds, but it might be what you need to get out alive in those situations. The next one I wanted to talk about is radios and TVs. We'll start with radios. Every so often you'll come across a radio, either handheld or stationary, that will be tuned to the emergency broadcast frequency. The sooner you can get your hands on one of these radios, the better. On a day-to-day basis, it'll tell you the upcoming weather conditions for the next day, which will help you plan your next steps, and especially help when it comes to growing crops and rainfall levels. However, the biggest advantage these radios offer you in the vanilla game is that they will actually tell you the day before the helicopter event is due to occur. If you're not familiar with the helicopter event, it'll draw huge hordes of zombies to your current location. So my best advice for this is to make sure you're ideally in a vehicle, but are most certainly a fair way a distance from your base. Having a vehicle means you can stay on the move and ultimately unhindered by the hordes of zombies, and your base won't get overrun because obviously you're not there. So yeah, radios are pretty good if they're on the emergency frequency. TVs can give you a cool insight into the developing story of the apocalypse if you watch the news during the early game, but its biggest use is from the Life and Living channel. Tune in at 6 AM for a cooking show, 12 PM for a carpentry show, and 6 PM for survival skills. This will give you XP in those areas and help you level up your character ready for the mid to late game. If you compare these with the XP multipliers given by books, this is even better. Carpentry is especially useful, so try to catch as many of these shows as you can in the first 9 days before the TV stations stop broadcasting. This next one is a really useful one for both avid base decorators and survivalists alike, and that's knowing how to use the pick up and place mechanics. First and foremost, these will help you survive in more ways than one. If you ever find yourself scrambling into a building whilst being chased by a horde of zombies, picking up furniture using the button on the left hand side of your screen and then placing it by the entrance can buy you some much needed time and keep hordes at bay whilst you formulate an exit strategy. It also helps to make things more manageable and allows you to thin their numbers gradually instead of having them charge you all at once. I like to use dumpsters as barricades outside of gates that I'm basing at as well, and these have some really high health pools and take quite some time for zombies to break through, so they're really good for putting outside like garage doors and stuff like that as well. On top of that, zombies won't actually destroy furniture items like these unless they are aggroed and given a reason to do so, whereas they can start destroying doors, windows, and gates just because they feel like it. So placing them outside of the windows to your base will keep them intact for much longer. Moving items has another prevalent use when it comes to furnishing your base. Not only can you move water coolers with 250 units of clean water at the cost of just 5 kilograms of weight, but you can also move things like ovens, sofas, beds, whatever you want really. So if you want to decorate your base to look like the best apocalypse safe house you've ever seen, keep this in mind. You can even pick paintings off the walls and move them to your hideout if you feel like it. Lastly, I wanted to give a quick mention to the use of fences and windows during combat. If you're a new player, this might not be something you realize initially, but zombies will fall over fences and window ledges when using them. That much I'm guessing you've probably seen already. There's a window when they first hit the ground and just after they start to recover as well, where you can land a one-hit kill because they're already on the floor. This has helped me kill overwhelming amounts of zombies more times than I can count, just by using parts of the environment to my advantage. Do be careful though, because they can also take a swipe at you if you're close enough when they first enter, and mistiming your attack can result in being knocked back or even knocked down and stunned for a moment, which can obviously result in a very quick death. It might take a little little time to get used to, but this is a seriously helpful one in those intense moments where you've got zombies coming at you from all sides. There's a bunch more tips I feel like new players could benefit from, but to keep this video short and concise, I'm going to stop there for now. If there's any you think that new players or veterans alike would appreciate, feel free to drop it in the comments to help someone learning the game. Lastly, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Project Zomboid videos just like this one. Take care folks, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Using a
Y pues eso estuvo.
Nueva paleta Twister. Nueva paleta Twister. Fresa, piña y limón. Damos un giro a la diversión.
Using a campfire to boil your tainted water can be super tedious, especially once you've been doing it for a while. In today's video, I'm
Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. Now in Project Zomboid, one of the most time-consuming aspects of the game is leveling your character's skills. Every single one has its own requirements and best techniques that newer or even some experienced players won't know. So in this video, I'll be taking every crafting and every survival skill from Project Zomboid and explaining how to level each one in the quickest way possible. I'll leave some chapters in this video so that you can always come back and refer to the specific section of this video that you need, and as always, if you find it useful, be sure to drop it a like to help the channel and subscribe for more tips and guides like this one. So first and foremost, I want to kick this guide off by saying that whatever skill you're going to be learning, you will always have better experience gains if you read the corresponding skill book for what you are learning. These books span from beginner to master and cover every single level, with the multipliers they provide increasing as your skill level also increases. So for the best results, make sure that you read a book before you get started. Alright, let's jump into what I think is probably the most popular skill in Project Zomboid, carpentry. If you're looking to get a boost with